For weeks, speculation has been circulating within the WNBA, a community that Kelsey Plum was looking for a way out of the Las Vegas Aces. Many believed she wanted to distance herself from both head coach Becky Hammon and star teammate AJ Wilson. Now, her recent move to the Los Angeles Sparks seems to confirm that those rumors had some truth behind them. In her first press conference with her new team, Plum made statements that were subtle yet strong, hinting at dissatisfaction with her former team. Though she didn't directly criticize the Aces, her words painted a clear picture that all was not well behind the scenes. This has sparked a wave of conversations among fans and analysts, raising major questions. Was there tension within the Aces locker room? Were there power struggles among the team's key figures? And most importantly, could this be the beginning of the end of the Aces' reign as the most dominant team in the WNBA? With multiple key players leaving and lingering controversies surrounding the franchise, it's becoming harder to ignore the possibility that this once golden era for the Aces might be unraveling right before our eyes. However, the full story is far more complex than just one player's departure. There are deeper issues at play that may have been simmering beneath the surface for quite some time. Throughout the WNBA offseason, whispers of turmoil within the Aces organization have only grown louder. By the end of last season, it was clear to many that something was off. A franchise that once seemed untouchable and unstoppable was now showing cracks, and many were left wondering what was going wrong behind closed doors. Now, Kelsey Plum's departure and her subsequent comments have given weight to those suspicions. During her introductory press conference with the Sparks, she made a statement that raised eyebrows across the league. She expressed how welcomed and valued she already felt in Los Angeles, adding that she had never been treated this well before in her entire WNBA career. That one remark alone sent shockwaves through the basketball world. It wasn't just a compliment to the Sparks, it was an indirect but unmistakable critique of the Aces. This revelation has led to an intense debate about what really pushed Plum to leave. Was it an issue with Becky Hammon's coaching style? Was there an ongoing feud between her and AJ Wilson? Or was there a much bigger cultural or managerial problem within the organization that the public had no knowledge of? The more people analyze Plum's words, the more questions arise about what exactly was happening behind the scenes in Las Vegas. During the press conference, Plum was asked a straightforward question about why she chose to sign with the Los Angeles Sparks. The reporter pointed out that the Aces were widely known for prioritizing player health and well-being and wanted to understand what made her believe the Sparks could offer the same level of care. At first, her response seemed like a typical professional answer praising her new team. However, as she spoke, the subtle undertones of her words became impossible to ignore. Standing at the podium in her brand new Sparks jersey, Plum spoke with confidence and a sense of relief. She explained that, from the very beginning, the Sparks had treated her with the highest level of respect and appreciation. She went on to emphasize that she had never felt more valued as a WNBA player. The room fell silent for a brief moment as reporters and fans alike processed what she had just said. While she didn't openly criticize the Aces, the implication was crystal clear. Her experience in Las Vegas was far from perfect. Her comments raised an immediate reaction, with many interpreting them as a direct contrast to her time with the Aces. Some even suggested that this was Plum's way of breaking free from an environment where she may have felt overlooked or underappreciated. At first, Plum's remarks seemed harmless, just another player expressing gratitude for her new team. She took time to thank the Sparks organization, her new teammates, and the coaching staff for welcoming her with open arms. But then came the statement that truly shook the WNBA world. "I've been treated better than I ever have as a WNBA player." This one sentence changed everything. It wasn't just a standard compliment to the Sparks. It was a direct and deliberate comparison to her past experiences with the Aces. Immediately, fans and analysts began dissecting her words, trying to read between the lines. Many took it as a clear message that things were not as perfect as they seemed in Las Vegas. The Aces, who had been seen as a model franchise in the WNBA, were now being viewed in a completely different light. If a player as important as Kelsey Plum felt this way, it raised serious concerns about the overall atmosphere within the team. Could it be that the success and back-to-back championships were masking deeper problems? Or was this simply a case of a player wanting a fresh start? Either way, Plum's departure had now turned into something much bigger than just a roster movie. It had become the focal point of one of the biggest discussions in the league. Kelsey Plum spent years as a core member of the Las Vegas Aces, winning titles and solidifying herself as one of the top guards in the league. She was instrumental in their championship victories, averaging 17.8 points, 4.2 assists, and 2.6 rebounds per game in her final season with them. Given her success with the team, her sudden change in attitude towards the organization has left many people puzzled. If she was thriving on the court, what could have possibly gone so wrong off the court? Her press conference comments suggested that she may have felt limited in some way, perhaps in her role as a leader, her relationship with the coaching staff, or even in the way she was treated as an individual. This has led to speculation that tensions had been brewing within the locker room long before her departure. Some fans believe she may have felt overshadowed by other stars on the team, particularly AJ Wilson, who has been the face of the franchise. Others wonder if conflicts with Becky Hammon's leadership style played a role. Whatever the case may be, it's clear that Plum's departure was not just about basketball. It was about something much deeper, something that made her feel like she needed to start fresh somewhere else. The reaction from fans has been nothing short of explosive. The moment Plum's comments hit social media, the WNBA community erupted into heated debates. Some fans immediately sided with Plum, arguing that the Aces management might be mishandling their players and creating an unhealthy team culture. They pointed out that she was not the only key player to leave the franchise, and that this could be part of a larger pattern of issues within the organization. Others, however, criticized her for what they saw as unnecessary drama. They accused her of stirring controversy and questioned whether she was using her departure as an opportunity to take a subtle jab at her former teammates. One particular comment that gained a lot of attention was from a fan who suggested that Plum could finally focus on her own game instead of always mentioning how another player won unanimous MVP. Many took this as a direct reference to AJ Wilson, further fueling speculation that there was an unspoken rivalry between the two stars. The debate has since taken on a life of its own, with both sides passionately defending their perspectives. However, one thing remains undeniable: Kelsey Plum's departure has created a ripple effect that is shaking up the entire WNBA landscape. Despite all the controversy surrounding her exit from the Las Vegas Aces, Kelsey Plum appears genuinely excited about her fresh start with the Los Angeles Sparks. During her press conference, she spoke passionately about her enthusiasm for the team's future and the warm welcome she has received from both the organization and the fans. She even shared a personal story about arriving in Los Angeles and immediately being recognized at the airport by a fan who cheered her on, expressing excitement about what she would bring to the Sparks. For Plum, this move isn't just about switching teams, it's about rediscovering herself as a player and embracing new opportunities. Many believe that she will thrive in an environment where she can take on a bigger leadership role, free from the dynamics that may have held her back in Las Vegas. While the circumstances of her departure remain controversial, there's no doubt that she is looking ahead, determined to make an impact with her new team. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Aces are left scrambling to recover from this major shakeup. Kelsey Plum was not just another player, she was a key piece of their championship formula, and her departure signals a significant shift in the team's dynamic. This, combined with the exits of other important players, has raised concerns about the franchise's stability moving forward. Sydney Colson, Tiffany Hayes, and Alicia Clark have all found new teams, and with each departure, the cracks in the Aces foundation are becoming more apparent. On top of that, the organization has been under scrutiny for alleged salary cap violations and questionable player contract dealings. These issues, coupled with the loss of their general manager, Natalie Williams, have put the team in a precarious position. What was once considered the most dominant and attractive franchise in the league is now facing an uncertain future, and fans are wondering whether the Aces can bounce back or if their era of dominance is coming to an end. As the Aces try to navigate this turmoil, the competitive landscape of the WNBA is rapidly evolving. Other teams are stepping up, eager to seize the opportunity to dethrone the once mighty Las Vegas squad. The Indiana Fever, for example, have been making aggressive moves in free agency, building a talented and exciting roster around young superstar Caitlin Clark.